This video is about making passive income, but the reality is most people will never make passive income because they want to make money without doing any work. Alright, so if you're new to this channel, my name is Zach Crawford, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the 4 misconceptions people have about creating passive income, and I'm going to teach you how to actually view business and how to actually go about properly creating a passive income stream over actually just like thinking you're going to build a business without doing any work. Alright, so here's the thing. I actually talk about passive income and specifically how to create passive income with affiliate marketing a lot on this channel, but the real problem is how people are actually selling the big dream of passive income. So this brings me to myth number 1, which is basically you're going to make passive income for doing nothing. You know, the problem with this mindset is you're viewing business the wrong way, and I don't blame the people that think this way because when I first started in business, I bought into this dream as well. The problem is all the damn YouTube videos, blog posts, things people are posting on social media of making everything out to be easy. And basically what it's doing is it's setting you up for failure. It's making you think that essentially you're going to find some easy method that allows you to just set up something really quick and you're going to get paid forever. Now, the real problem with this mindset is what you're going into it with. You're trying to enter entrepreneurship with an employee mindset. I want you to understand, I'm not getting down on you if you have a job because I had a job 6 years ago myself. That's how I actually got into entrepreneurship. I was in debt, I hated my life, and therefore I wanted a better life. However, when I come over to entrepreneurship, there literally was nothing to prepare me for that. I kind of had to figure it out the hard way. So myself, just like most people, thought that I was going to do the least amount of work and still get paid. And I thought that basically I was going to get paid, week after week right out of the gate. This doesn't work in entrepreneurship. You're paid for the amount of value you add to the marketplace, and 9 times out of 10, that means you're going to be doing work up front before you ever get paid. If your goal, regardless of what business model you're trying to enter, whether it's Shopify, affiliate marketing, Amazon FBA, social media marketing, if your goal is to do the least amount of work in order to get paid, the problem with this is people coming into the marketplace serving that particular market are going to literally bury you because they're willing to go the extra mile and you're trying to do the least amount of work in order to get the biggest benefit. Which brings me to myth number 2, and that is it's going to be easy to create passive income. And the actual reality is it's not. It's going to be hard. But here's the thing. Most people want things to be easy, and that is not the path to success. That is not the path to having an easy life. Let me help you understand here. When you chase things that are hard, your life will be easy. When you chase things that are easy, your life is going to be hard. Because what you're doing is you're aiming to be average. And who the hell wants to be average? Who the hell wants to make an average income? Who the hell wants to have average results? You want to focus on what phenomenal people do. So for me, I think things are great when things get hard, when things change, when things get more complicated, when problems hit me in the freaking face. And the reason being is because I know that almost everybody will chase easy. So when things start to get hard, what happens is people jump to a new opportunity. They jump to something they think will be easier over working through their problems, working through the obstacles. So what you should do is not wish for things to be easier. You should wish for things to be harder and wish for yourself to get better. Raise your income skills, raise your ability to get better while everybody else is trying to go after things that are easy. When you chase easy, things are going to become very, very hard in your life. When you work through the problems, you face your fears, and you work through everything that hits you, what's going to happen is you're going to have no competition. You're literally going to be sitting at the top of the mountain and everybody's going to wonder what your secret is. So here's the thing. I constantly talk about affiliate marketing on this channel, and it's because it's one of my favorite business models. Now, I'm involved in several different businesses, but what I can tell you is most of my other businesses involve a lot of stress, customer service, learning lots of tech things, and so there's so many different elements that go with them. Compared to affiliate marketing, it's very low barrier to entry. It's very easy to get started with. It doesn't require a lot of capital to get going. You literally can start even if you're broke. The downside to this is the fact that because it's so easy, because it's such an easy business model to get started with, most people come into it thinking it's going to be easy. And if we go back to what I said about when you chase easy, your life is hard. So what happens is when people come into affiliate marketing, they don't want to build a personal brand. They don't want to bring themselves out behind the computer. They want to hide behind a pen name or never put their face on the internet. They don't want to build an email list so they have an asset that they can keep marketing to for years and keep making money. They don't want to learn new skills to get better. They want to do the least amount of work possible. What 99% of people that get into affiliate marketing do is they go out there and just spam their links on social media, and then they wonder why they're not getting paid. Now, these kind of methods could have still worked, years ago, but not today. Some of the methods you'll still be able to get away with, but I want you to understand is when you're trying to chase this easy button, you're going to be put out of business. You're going to have a yo-yo business that like goes up a little bit and then goes down. You're constantly rebuilding. So when you avoid all the things that you need to do, you're going to make your life 10 times harder. When I first started in affiliate marketing years ago, people literally just drove clicks from Google AdWords to the sales page and they were making sales. And what happened was it was a race to the bottom because it's so easy to do, anybody can come in and do it. And now it's not because of the fact that these methods won't work because the method is saturated, because in fact, affiliate marketing is projected to grow by 6.8 billion over the next 3 years. So that tells us saturation is a myth, right? So what's the difference? The difference is you're avoiding doing the things that are necessary, like creating really good content that answers the potential customer's needs and desires and helps them solve a problem, which is AKA the product you're trying to sell. You're probably avoiding creating that personal brand so you have trust, why the other person that doesn't want to do it does not have trust and you win the sell. You're probably avoiding building that email list so you can follow up with the customers because most people do not buy right away. If you try to do these things that worked years ago, you're going to have a race to the bottom. You're going to be put out of business because you're focused on doing what's easy while your competitors are focused on building a real business. They're focused on playing the long game and they're focused on putting you out of business. Now, if you don't believe what I'm saying here, I want you to take a look at the Shopify industry. A couple of years ago, Shopify was all the rage. Now what happened is so many people are coming into the marketplace, it's a complete race to the bottom. Now, I'm not saying Shopify is a bad business model, but here's the thing. When it first come onto the scene and Shopify was like super, super popular, it was this new business model, it's all sexy. It was very easy to get into because nobody was doing it, right? So you literally could go find a product, on AliExpress and drop ship the product, charge 5 times more than what the product's worth, and basically run some simple ads on Facebook and you literally would kill it. Now, as thousands and thousands and thousands of people come in, they try to copy doing the same exact thing. It's basically who's going to charge less. That's all it comes down to. Now, at the same time, the reason this business model is starting to fail is because of the fact that the marketplace is getting smarter. They're starting to get pre-educated on how things work, and they're not dumb. They literally can go to Google, type things in. They can look at the ad and see that, for instance, things take 30 to 45 days in order to arrive to them. And they're starting to realize that they're paying way more money for a product that's not even worth what they're paying for. So what's the solution if people are taking this easy path and they're trying to do the least amount of work in order to get sales? Well, just as I talked about with Shopify, right? Basically, what's going to happen in the Shopify industry, and I know because I have several people that are friends that do very, very well. They've made millions in the Shopify, actual niche. And the thing is they've started to realize that you're not going to be able to do this stuff anymore. Like everybody else is trying to beat themselves senseless to find a new product every single month to sell. What they're focusing on is building a brand, building brand Facebook pages, brand Instagram pages. They're starting to, go out to influencers and bring people back to their brand. And then they're also getting products actually manufactured. So instead of going over to China and basically peddling these silly little products that have no value, that break easy, that take 45 days to get there, they're manufacturing their products, getting high quality, so they have quality control. They're shipping the products over to the US, so that way the time for shipping is very, very fast, and they're focusing on customer service. Now, what they're also doing is building an email list because they understand that trying to run your business off a one-time sell is a race to the bottom. If you don't have that customer asset where you can keep marketing your other products to the people and you give them a great experience on, purchase number 1, you're going to be able to sell them 2, 3, 4 products as the time goes on. So just like I just talked about with Shopify and affiliate marketing, if you want to be able to survive, the answer is not like, how can I do the least amount of work? How can I just get some quick sales? How can I make money really quick and make some passive income so I don't have to do anything the rest of my life? This is what's keeping you broke. You have to switch to this mindset of, I'm going to outproduce my competition. I'm going to add more value to the marketplace because that's what entrepreneurship is. And you have to focus on getting better, not doing less. All right, so myth number 3 is that you need money in order to make passive income. And this one drives me fucking bananas. And the reason being is because I've heard about 1,000 times, sure, Zach, if I had money, I could do it too. This is the absolute wrong mindset to take. And you're talking to the guy, if you're this person that says, I see this person on YouTube and I see this person on Instagram, and I see all these people having success, but they got lucky. These people have something I don't. If I had money, I could do what they do. If you're this person, I want you to realize right now, if you're still watching this video, you're talking to somebody who started out $50,000 in debt. They got hit by a drunk driver, was miserable, wanted to kill themselves, and finally decided to stop buying their own lame excuses and do something about it. So what did I do? I literally sold everything I owned, bought a one-way ticket to the Philippines with no real plan, bootstrapped it, played bitch for most business owners in order to raise money so I could build my business, all because I wanted to change my life. So let's get it clear. You do not need money to make money. Will that help you? Absolutely. But I can tell you that I've even seen people before who have six-figure jobs and people who come to me that basically had nothing, and the person with the six-figure job did not succeed. And the reason being is because of how they thought about things. They wanted everything to be easy. So in order to make passive income or to make any income at all, I want you to realize you have two options really. Option number one is money, right? You use money to invest. The problem with this is that most people don't have that option. Most people don't have the type of job or dispendable income. Maybe they have kids or maybe they're in college. They don't have the type of money that's actually going to amount to anything by investing. Like, you should not be investing until you have insane amounts of money actual coming in every single day that you can put in and you can afford to lose. You don't even care if you lose it because you know you can make more money. Option number two is the option that everybody has, which is to use your time. You know, you may not want to do this, but you have time, and if you can actually apply patience and do something over a long period of time, you can create income. You don't need income to make income. You know, you may not realize it, but right now anyone can be successful, or I should say anyone has the potential to be successful if they're just willing to think a little bit different. If they're willing to open their mind and take in new ideas that, you know, it doesn't involve using their opinion when they don't know something. So here's what I mean. You know, I see all the time where people say they want to make money, but they don't really want to do what's necessary, right? They want to make money, but it has to be the way they want to make money. And, you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? And I can tell you when I first started, I had to do a lot of things, just like I referred to the bitch work earlier, that I did not want to do. I did not want to, you know, take orders from somebody else when I quit my job because I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I had to take stepping stones in order to basically control the shots, right? I was willing to bite my tongue, do some work I didn't really want to do in order to get there because that's how important it was to me. So right now we have two major opportunities that if you don't realize, and the two channels I think right now everybody should be building on, at least one of them, is YouTube and Instagram. And the reason being is, you know, if you're willing to do videos, hands down, YouTube is the best because it builds trust. It lets people get to know you. And if you're like, well, Zach, I can't do videos like you. I'm not comfortable on video. Trust me, when I first started, it took me 30 days to do my first video. I got drunk on vodka and I still couldn't do it. And for 30 days, I had to talk myself into, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I was worried about what people might say about me. I was worried about, you know, like I have tattoos everywhere and people are going to think I'm white trash. I was creating all these scenarios in my head. But eventually I'm like, you know what? Successful people do videos. I'm doing videos. I took my ego out of it and just did what's necessary. Now, option number two is Instagram. So if you're just like, no way in hell, Zach, I'm not doing videos, but I can post some pictures. You know, like right now, Instagram is one of the hottest platforms to build an audience in any different niche industry, not just make money online, not just marketing. I mean, anything. Pets. There's people monetizing pets. There's people monetizing fitness. There's people monetizing their hobbies like cars. Like if you get creative and use your mind, you literally can build an audience on one of these two platforms, and in a year, you literally can create a six or multiple six-figure income. Like right now, we have the opportunity that people 20 years ago would have killed for. If you realize how long it took to make six figures years ago when you got into business, let alone 7, like you'd be literally doing backflips right now. Like right now, you can become a millionaire in just a couple years, even if you know nothing, you have no skills. This is the very first video you ever watched about how to make money online. You literally could start today and change your life within 1 to 2 years. And you got to ask yourself, is it worth it to you to create an epic life in 1 to 2 years? And if the answer is no, you're probably not cut out for this. Now, I want you to think about this. 1 year, 2 years of your life are going to pass you by, regardless if you do something productive like we just talked about, or if you just sit around and drink beer and watch Netflix, right? The difference is, you know, option number one is going to improve your life. It's going to give you a higher quality of life. It's going to move you in the direction you want, which is creating time freedom, financial freedom, giving you the ability to do what the fuck you want without somebody telling you how high to jump. And then option number two is non-productive, right? It's not going to move you forward. It's fun and it feels good, but it doesn't drive you forward. So here's what I want you to think about. Most people don't want to do what's necessary, right? They want to do what keeps them comfortable. And when you stay comfortable, you never move the business forward. You never actually make money. You know, I want you to think about this as well. If it was so simple as hiding behind your computer, being a no-name so nobody knows who you are, and all you got to do is set up a simple little ad and run ads to products to buy. Why do all the gurus in all different industries, it doesn't matter what industry it is, where people are making money, why do they create content, but yet they tell you it's as simple as just setting up an ad? It's kind of weird, isn't it? It's because it makes them money. So if you want to do the easy method, which is just setting up ads, you're going to have a very hard time. If you actually learn to create content and then you combine that with ads, you're going to make boatloads of money. But you can't just do one and climb to the top. Which brings me to myth number 4, which is basically that passive income lasts forever. Boy, do I wish this one was true, because if it was so, I would literally go to the Philippines, live the laptop lifestyle, and travel the beaches of the world. Look, I want you to realize there's very few passive income sources that you're going to be able to just like set up and collect money forever. Like there's really not going to be very many of those options. The only option that's going to allow you to do that is if you have boatloads of money like Warren Buffett, and you can just sit back and spend your time thinking about what investments you want to grow. But that leaves the rest of us, right? We got to figure out like, how do we make money now so we can invest in things over a long period of time? We're not just going to be able to invest in things and sit back. We're going to have to build our wealth over 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, or 50 years. That's how you build wealth. It's not something that you're just going to set up a passive income stream and like sit back and eat Cheetos and play video games and the money just comes raining in. All right, so let's say you're still here with me and you realize that I'm not a complete asshole and a lot of this is sort of joking, right? I learned things the hard way about what passive income really is, because everything I've been sharing with you is like the silly mistakes of what I bought into, thinking that I was going to like create these easy income sources and make millions of dollars online. And eventually I realized like it's actually active passive income. Now what I mean by that is like almost everything you're building, especially when you're just starting out, you're not going to see an immediate ROI. Like you're not going to be like an employee where you do a little bit of work and get paid a week later. A lot of times what happens is you're going to do work for a couple months at least before you start seeing the first sales come in. And then you're going to actively make sure that you keep managing it. So that doesn't mean you got to grind your face off forever, but realize there's a lot of work up front that you got to put in. And I think this is why most people quit, right? They think they're not building momentum. They think that they're not actually getting anywhere and things aren't working. And it's just because things haven't physically manifested into their bank account yet. But what they don't realize is they're laying the groundwork, right? I always use the analogy that you got to build the foundation first before you build the house. Because if you build the house on rocky foundation, it's not going to be good in the long term, right? And so realize the things you're doing now are going to add up. But you're still going to have to manage them. You're never going to be able, for the most part, to be able just to set up a passive income stream. And there are some income streams. Let me be clear. I have some things that like I set up years ago and I still get paid, but it's not much. It's nothing to write home to mom about. Like maybe I'll get a sell here, a sell there. But I'm talking about things that can make you $100 a day, $1,000 a day, things that keep sending in money. You're still going to have to manage them. They're not going to just keep raining in money. You're going to have to still look over it. You grind for a little while, and then you get smart and probably put in a couple hours a day to make sure things are going well. That's how you build passive income, especially in the online industry. But if you're smart, here's what you do. I always talk about hiring employees and basically getting people to help you because I own an agency in the Philippines, but I don't really go deep dive into it. So what you want to do if you really want to make a ton of money and you want to create passive income streams, right? You need to build a team. You need to get people to help you so you have time to have creative space, right? You have time to think about, how do I grow the business? Maybe I want to add in a second business that I want to start building, but I need to buy back my time because I'm constantly overworked here. Instead of going and spending all your money on like Lambos and mansions and traveling the world before you actually have, people to help you grow the business. I've seen it time and time again where people jump up like a rocket ship because they figure out things early. They start traveling the world, buying all these toys, and the next thing you know, they hit a rough patch, they burn out and literally lose everything. But if you're smart, you'll start putting people in place so that way you actually have a life and you're not grinding your face off. You're not going to have to spend 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You'll actually have a life and your business keeps growing. So that's all I got. Hopefully you got the point was not to be negative here. It was really to open you up and make you realize like a lot of the videos people are creating, they're making things out to be super simple. They're making things out to be easy. They're not setting you up to think about, what if I hit a roadblock? What do I actually do about that? And when you go into this mindset and you follow these types of people, it really puts you at a major disadvantage. I lost so much money by investing into programs like that in my early days of entrepreneurship. I falled for all the things like, okay, something isn't working in 30 days, so that means this business is saturated, which I'll be honest, I don't think that any business is really truly saturated. What happens is the market shifts. There's always going to be a time when things are easy. Like when a new business comes out, it's super easy. A perfect example is Bitcoin, right? Everybody jumps in and then people think it's saturated, but there's still people making tons of money with Bitcoin. What it is those people get tougher mentally, right? They don't give up as soon as things get hard. They stick with it while everybody else is like, oh, it's saturated. Time to jump in this new thing Guru B over here says, right? And that's not how you build a real business. So you got to learn to think like a strategic entrepreneur, because it's not even just about passive income. It's about business in general. If you fall for all the hype, you fall for all these easy buttons and everything's going to be easier over here, and you're not focused on actually plowing your grass and fertilizing it and making it better, you're never going to actually grow anything to fruition. It's going to constantly be you're starting over, and you feel like the industry is a scam. You feel like things don't work. But when you learn to think like a strategic entrepreneur and you learn to, think for yourself, you literally can succeed and dominate in anything you do. So hopefully you got that point. Hopefully you got value. If you did, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button on the video. Make sure to subscribe, because I drop videos like this every single day. And if you want to actually learn how I create passive income, I have a free training in the description that goes through how you actually put it together properly. Not passive income and you do nothing, passive income and you manage it and it keeps growing.